Tonight I have some very personal news to share with you. I've spent my whole adult life in fear of getting breast cancer. I watched the disease ravage my beautiful mother. So when I was diagnosed with breast cancer about 2 weeks ago, it made me cry, and it literally brought me to my knees. And I've struggled since then with what I should say to all of you, because so many of you are my friends, how much to share, if I should share anything at all. But there are these big billboards of me all over Tampa Bay that say, hey, watch me at 5. Maybe you've seen them. And now I'm going to be gone for a while. I'm the health reporter. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And over the last 17 years, I've asked so many of you to share your truth with me. So I can't just disappear for a while without sharing mine with you. My mother, Connie Yoakum, blessed me with her dark hair and eyes, her sense of humor, and her compassionate heart. But I always feared she would also pass on a genetic time bomb. I was away at college when she found a lump. After a mastectomy and chemotherapy like this bad secret, my mom just packed up all the talk about breast cancer and threw it away. Medical treatment bought my mom time, but eventually that cancer came back. Despite chemo and a stem cell transplant, I had to watch the sun set on my mom's once magical life, and that painful experience tattooed a very raw fear inside of me. Was I next? Over the years, I have been diligent, I promise, getting mammograms, ultrasounds, MRIs, getting second opinions on suspicious areas until finally I said, okay, enough. I was married, I'd had my kids, so I took a genetic test to see if I carried the BRCA1 or 2 gene. Mine came back negative. I was so relieved that this devil that had been haunting me, always close but never in sight, would finally just leave me alone. I was so sure I was no longer at risk, I almost did not get my annual mammogram. You know why I did? All of you. I thought about all the times as a health reporter I've begged women to go get their mammogram. Here I was talking the talk, but not walking the walk. And I really just didn't want to be a hypocrite. So I came here. And it saved my life.
The calcifications that I see now are new compared to your prior mammogram.
Calcifications are actually common.
Scattered all over in general is a benign distribution, not associated with cancer. If they are grouped, then it's a little bit more of an interesting thing for us to look at. And yours are grouped.
A needle biopsy removed those calcifications. Pathology came back atypical hyperplasia, not cancer. A bitter relief, but my surgeon knew my family history and my fear and asked if she could take more. And that's when we found the ductal carcinoma in situ, or DCIS, breast cancer.
This is the earliest form of breast cancer that we can find.
I know I should have just been focusing on the fact that my cancer was probably 100% curable. But in truth, all I could really focus on was, now we're gonna see if I really had the guts to do what I always swore I would do if cancer caught up with me. Eliminate the risk by removing both of my breasts. A little extreme? Consider this.
And so if you said to me, Dr. Gardner, are these other spots okay, or could they be atypical, or could I have DCIS in the other spots? The answer is absolutely you could.
After watching my mother die, and now seeing the fear in my own children's eyes, I decided to only dance with this devil once.
By removing both breasts, your studies have quoted that you're at least 90% risk-free after that. In my estimation, it's closer to 98, 99%.
To be perfectly honest, my decision to have Dr. Charles Cox do my surgery had to do with more than just getting rid of the cancer and reducing my risk. Dr. Cox is now doing a mastectomy that leaves women looking as if they've just gone in for breast augmentation. The outside is all you. The inside, an implant. The scar is hidden. When I saw pictures of some of his results, I felt hope for the first time since my diagnosis.
That's what we're really about, is providing hope. Hope for the patients to get through this without it being such a devastating outcome for them emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
So now I'm leaving for about 4 to 5 weeks to take action for my own health. I will be back, God willing, cancer-free. And if you can do one thing for me after hearing my story, it would be to schedule a mammogram. If you haven't had one in a while, that's how they picked it up on me. If you can't afford it, I have put together a website that has some information on it where you can get free or reduced cost mammograms in the Tampa Bay area. I've also put up a number of stories that I've done over the years, because I've done a lot on breast cancer, like how to do a proper self-breast exam. I want to take action for all of us women because we are in this together. You can keep up with me on my Facebook page, Linda Hurtado, WFTS. Under pages, I'll post when I can, when I feel up to it, when the drugs wear off. Leave me a comment and share your thoughts or your personal experiences. It'll be like you're holding my hand all the way through it, like Brendan's holding mine right now, and I'd really like that.
Linda, you have our respect, you have our love, and you have our support throughout this entire ordeal, during and after.
And I just want to say 2 people in the newsroom have already scheduled their mammograms. One had not had one in 5 years. I'm so happy about that. And also, this is my decision. Doesn't mean it's the right decision. If I've learned anything in the last 2 weeks, it's that every woman has their own journey. And you just have to have the courage to make up your own mind and begin. Thanks.
We'll be right back.
Thanks.